Welcome to the Soulfire podcast, where every day we talk about real life, real shit, real raw. On this show, you can expect us to dive deep into topics like marriage, parenting, money, business, feeling like you want to give up, fighting for yourself, just straight soul healing. This podcast is all about life. Hey there, it's Power Coach Alicia here, your source of fun, funny, exciting, entertaining, and educational life coaching, transformational speaking, and soul healing. We're talking about setting your soul on fire. I specialize in helping women put themselves first without feeling guilty, getting out of their own way, and finding themselves again. No fluff, no hand-holding, no bullshit here, just love, light, and peace as we journey through this thing called life. A hard lesson that I had to learn was about honesty. You see, I'm sure you probably already know this about me listening to the podcast, unless this is your very first episode ever listening to me. But I am the most honest person that you will ever meet. And growing up, I was brutally honest. I would hurt people's feelings all the time. And I would just think to myself, or I would say out loud, I'm just being honest, right? I'm just telling you the truth. And it took me a very long time to realize that honesty and honor and respect all go hand in hand, right? So you can be honest, dishonor, and disrespect someone. And the problem is those of us that are brutally honest and we, pride ourselves on our honesty and our truthfulness and how we show up, we think it stops at honesty. We think that the best form of communication, the best characteristic, the best quality in someone is their honesty. So for us, it just stops at honesty, right? Whether that's brutal honesty, whether that hurts your feelings, whether that impacts you negatively. Hey, it's just me being honest. Do you know somebody like that? It took me a very long time in my journey, my soul journey and personal growth, to realize that you can be honest, like I said, honor and respect somebody in that honesty. If you are being honest or someone is being honest with you and it's missing the honor and respect, what the fuck is the point? Imagine how you're viewed if you're the person who is brutally honest, telling it like it is, right? Just clear and direct and, that's it. And then the other people around you are feeling, or let me rephrase, the other people around you are getting their feelings hurt or feeling like you don't really like them or feeling less loved by you or feeling like you look down on them because of that honesty. Then is it worth it? I want you to sit with that for a second. Is it worth it then? Listen, I am the epitome of authenticity, being unapologetically you, showing up as who the fuck you are and not editing yourself or making yourself small because who you are makes other people uncomfortable. So please don't mistake anything that I'm saying for that, because that is not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that because somebody can't handle the truth that you shouldn't tell the truth. I'm not saying that because somebody easily gets their feelings hurt that you should tiptoe around being honest with them. But what I am saying is you can be honest with them and honor and respect them at the same time. Now, if you know that you are being honest and you're honoring and you're respecting them and it still hurts their feelings, that's their burden to bear. That's because the truth hurts them, because they don't face hard truths. They're not doing that with themselves. They're not doing that with other people in their lives. And so it's hard for them. So I'm going to give you a random example of what I mean by this. So I'm having a conversation with someone and they're talking about the show True Blood, right? Is it True Blood? Fucking vampire show? I don't know. And I'm like, oh, what's it about? The response is basically that It's a it's a baseline porno of vampires having sex with people and killing each other, right? Like that was like a nutshell. I was like, wow, I'm good. Like, okay, I'm not going to watch it. That was my response, right? Fine. Like, I didn't say anything degrading. I didn't attack the show. I didn't say anything bad to them. I was just like, wow, I'm good, right? So then the next response was a little more detail of the show, which was way more enticing than the first description. So I was like, oh, I'll give it, 5 episodes and see what I think, because I like Twilight. So if I like Twilight, I'm willing to give this a chance now that I got a new description of it, right? And the response back from my statement of that was pretty much along the lines of, oh, this is not fake vampire shit. This is real vampires. None of that glittery shit and all of that going on, or something along those lines. Okay. That is an honest statement, right? True Blood's like vampire. Guess they don't have glitter like in Twilight. All right. True statement. But the way that is positioned, even though it's honest, the way that is positioned is like, well, my vampire show is so much better, not like that stupid shit you watch. You see, there's honesty in the fact that there's no glitter and glitter, right? I guess there's honesty in the fact that these are real vampires and those are fake vampires. I guess that's literally open to interpretation. But it's kind of like, why does it have to be stated in a way that a show I like is stupid and fake, and the show that you like is the real thing? Why does it have to be verbalized like that? It may be an honest statement, but you're basically attacking someone to elevate your opinion and degrade their opinion. And when I challenge that, well, I'm just being honest. No. Right? Honesty doesn't mean you're a fucking asshole. Honesty doesn't mean that you're degrading. Honesty doesn't mean that you're treating everybody like shit and taking action that is actually hurting their feelings. And the worst thing about it is if you're doing it or somebody's doing it to you and they think that they are right in it and that's validated in it, right? Like that it's okay because it's honesty. There's a huge fucking problem there. And the bigger problem is, and I'm going to just be like so honest with you, is that if that person prides themselves on their honesty like I once did, and they see nothing wrong with how it comes out because they're being honest, that quality will not change in them. So you're always going to find that when you have your opinions, when there are things that you like, when you state stuff, when you ask questions, the way that it's going to come back and the way that it's going to come out at you is going to feel bad. This type of person is not honest with honor and respect. This type of person is honest, period. Fuck you and how you feel with it. Why am I sharing this with you? Because a lot of times we go through life and we have these experiences with people, right? And we walk away from these experiences wondering, is this something that I need to grow through? Like, is this a me thing? Or is this a them thing, right? And honesty is a big one because you're like, well, I mean, they're just being honest. So maybe I have the problem because it bothered me, because it affected me this way. So maybe it's me that I need to quit being so sensitive. Maybe you do need to quit being so sensitive if you want to. Or maybe they need to quit being such a fucking asshole, right? Remember, I said that I was this person. Remember, I said that I operated this way. So if I'm talking to you, you're the honest person, and that's an honesty period, listen the fuck up. Hey, are you loving this? To get even more soul fire, soul healing products, and to download the free gifts that I have for you, go to soulfirepodcast.com. Again, that's soulfirepodcast.com. Because listen, I'm still extremely blunt. I'm still extremely direct. And I am very fucking clear while being the most honest I can be. I have not changed my personality. I haven't shrunk myself for other people. I haven't edited myself to make someone else comfortable. What I have done is held to everything that I am while verbalizing things in a way that isn't attacking, degrading, and demeaning. Unless I'm fucking pissed. I still haven't mastered that. Okay? I have mastered taking a deep breath and not lashing out when I am on fire, right? So there's growth there. I have mastered allowing myself to cry when I'm pissed off so I don't throat punch anybody. I have also mastered breathing and giving myself a second to think about my feelings and what I'm thinking about and what I'm going through before I open my mouth. So all of those things are a major fucking success and growth for me, right? In my own journey. However, if I'm mad, like extra mad, I mean, even if I breathe and I calm down, I'm probably still going to light you up. I haven't mastered the honesty with honor and respect when I am fucking pissed off at you. So why am I sharing that with you? Because we're human, right? This isn't about perfection. This is about that progress. This is about that evolution of growth. And so if I'm talking to you, don't beat yourself up. Start making some adjustments of being the same person you are with that honesty power behind you, with the honor and respect of the person that you're talking to. Do you care if the way you speak impacts them negatively? Do you care if that person feels like fucking shit because of your honesty? Because listen, brutally honest people, they don't have to be mad to degrade, demean you, and make you feel like shit with that honest statement they said. They literally speak like that. They, right? I'm no longer that person, like I said, unless I'm fucking pissed, right? So they speak that way in calmness. Now, one thing that I have adapted or adopted is if I'm getting ready to be brutally honest with somebody and it could hurt their feelings, I'll say something like, I'm going to be really honest with you and you're not going to like it. But listen, I'm not using that on stupid shit like fucking Twilight versus True Blood. I'm not using that on trivial things that could hurt somebody's feelings. That's fucking asinine. So if you're doing that to people, it's time for you to grow. And if someone's doing that to you, it's time for you to grow, right? It's time for you to step up and put those standards and boundaries in place. Like, whoa, there's a way for you to be honest without you treating me like that in the midst of it. And if that person is not going to honor that, then you should step the fuck out of their life. You should back the fuck off, right? So I will say, I'm going to be really honest with you right now and you're not going to like it. And then I'll stop talking. So I don't go into what I was going to say. I stop talking. And then the other person will go, all right, let me hear it. And then I'll say whatever it is, however the fuck it comes out. Because I know that what I'm about to say could hurt their feelings and that they might not like it, but they need to hear it the exact way that I'm thinking it in order for it to like get deep in their soul and then to fucking move, right? For them to do something, for them to shift, for them to grow. I cannot edit. I cannot butter it up. I cannot coddle. I cannot do that in those moments. And so I don't actually ever coddle. I cannot make adjustments to that honesty in those moments because they need the impact felt the exact way I'm thinking it. So as I've grown and I've evolved as a person, I've learned how to take the power of all that is me and direct it accordingly, right? So instead of just being honest and brutally honest and, however it comes out, good mood, bad mood, excited, ecstatic, whatever. Now it's different degrees of how that comes out. Now I'm very conscious about it and I am utilizing it for the situation. If the person is in a state and they need that, ass kicking, it's coming out brutal. But I'm going to give them a warning and then they can stop me. They get that opportunity to say, you know what? I don't want to know what you have to say. Okay. Then let's change the subject, right? We're not going to continue talking about it. If you don't want to know what I have to say, we'll just change the subject to move on. Like I would say 99.99999% of the time, they either say, okay, let me hear it, or I don't know if I want to know what you have to say, but tell me anyways, right? Because people know me. It's like my coach, he'll say, I don't think that could have been any more clear, or I don't know, could you tell me that again? It wasn't quite clear enough. So in those moments, I know I'm being uber direct, but I also know that it's not degrading, demeaning, and hurting and being hurtful, right? So important for you to hear this, because literally, if I am sending this message through the podcast, I'm sending it because there is someone who needs to hear this. And in my mind and the way that I view this, there's no fucking possible way that every single person who listens to this episode doesn't know someone who's brutally honest if it's not them themselves. So it's okay if you want to pride yourself on that honesty. It's not okay to devalue, disrespect, and dishonor somebody through that honesty. And I wish I would have learned that a long time ago. The people that I hurt by being me and not knowing any better, that's not cool. But it was time, it was evolution, it was growth that it took for me to get here. So I'm bringing it to you now, right? So if that's where you are right now, no matter your age or whatever, it's time for you to make that shift. If it's your kid that's like that, let them listen to this episode, right? Give them that information for them to be better. My mom would always say that I needed tact. Oh, Alicia has no tact. She needs to learn tact. Alicia has no tact. Nobody was fucking teaching me tact. You're not just fucking born with it. If you're a brutally honest person, you don't just pick up tact off the street. It is a learned trait, and nobody was teaching me that, right? Nobody was telling me hey, there's a better way that you could say that. It's this. If you want to get your point across without hurting people's feelings, it's that. If it's the person's feelings who were hurt, and maybe we were in a disagreement because their feelings were hurt and I'm the one that hurt it, they never ever said anything hey, this would be better. Now, mind you, a lot of the times it was people who were my age, so why would they know? But my point is that it's a learned trait. I think being brutally honest is a learned trait as well. I learned it from my mother, straight up, right? So if you can learn to be brutally honest, which that's where you get it, you're not just born like that. You can learn to be honest with tact and honor and respect people as well. And if you are the one that's being dishonored and disrespected and devalued because of somebody else's honesty, then it's time to go to work on your standards and boundaries of those around you and, fucking put that shit in place. So I want to share a podcast with you. I fucking love these guys. They're relationship coaches. They're so amazing. To Be Better podcast. To Be Better podcast. Just find them on YouTube because that's where their long episodes are. But I found them on TikTok. And we literally we vibrate at the same frequency. Oh my God. I love these guys so much. I think they're fucking unbelievable. I love, their standpoints and, what they teach from, the place they come from in their souls. They're a husband and wife team. And I love them so much. So the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because I talk a lot about communication. I talk a lot about relationships. You'll hear me talk a lot about my own marriage, my own journey, my own relationships, my own tools that I use in my marriage. But I just love these guys, and I take things that they talk about and that they say and that they teach on the podcast, and I implement them in my own life, right? Because I'm not above learning and growing. So if you want another amazing place to hang out and grow, and I don't know, maybe they're on Apple and Spotify. I don't know where the fuck they all are, but I know they're on YouTube and TikTok. To Be Better podcast. Fucking phenomenal people. And like I said, I highly recommend that. I don't even know why I decided to share them today, but I just feel connected to it. So that's where I sit. I want you to remember this sacred truth. Say yes to yourself, for within you lies infinite worth. Let your heart be your compass, guiding you on a path of self-discovery and liberation. Grant yourself the grace to stumble and rise, for it is in our imperfections that we find our strength. Embrace the dance of progress, where each step forward fuels the fire within you. And with massive power and deep soul conviction, let this be your anthem, your unwavering declaration. I choose me. I'm Power Coach Alicia, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Soul Fire podcast. You being here means the world to me, and I'm grateful for the time that you've dedicated to be here. And by consistently showing up, I firmly believe that you will transform your life. I'm so grateful that you've subscribed and you continue to share with others, spreading my message far and wide, because together we can reach my mission of transforming the lives of 1 million souls on their healing journey. Now, to provide you even more support on your soul healing journey and address any questions you may have, I would like to invite you to join our soul healing community. Simply visit community.thesoulhealingzone.com. Again, that's community.thesoulhealingzone.com, where you can connect with like-minded women, share your top takeaways, discuss what resonated with your soul, and express your absolute favorite moments from this episode. I can't wait to read them. I'm so freaking excited to create more empowering episodes and continue supporting you. I am sending you so much love, light, and peace as we journey through this thing called life.